Look at where we are. We're at the point, I think, where America will never be America again unless there's a fight. The corrupt never give up their power. It has to be stripped from them. That's how evil goes. It will continue to perpetuate itself unless good men stand in and do something. It continues to if they do nothing. So what are you prepared to do? How far are you willing to go? How important are your principles to you? How strong is your conviction? How important to you is your freedom? And how important is your freedom? How important is it to you for your descendants? We are watching the death of America, and I'm going to tell you something right now. It's going to take a fight. And if you're not willing to take that stand, if you're going to wait to give your last hurrah when they come to your door to collect you to the FEMA camp, or they come to your door to take your guns from you, and that's when you decide to fight, you will lose, America will lose, and we will all lose, and your children will lose. Because you know what? When they show up there, they're going to be ready for that. Because they're going to have chosen to be at your door. They're going to have chosen the moment, chosen the time, and they're going to come with the people to make sure it happens. I swear, it's like a Patriots around this country. I'm watching, we're waiting for our last hurrah. I'm still talking. I think we should have been fighting a long time ago. Because I don't want to go and get involved in a suicide attempt. Which is pretty much what I think what Patriots are looking for or something. Because you know what? Nobody's saying this stuff. We're still paying our taxes. I'm not, but we're still paying our taxes. If you keep paying taxes to a government you don't consent to, you give it the ability to govern you without your consent. If you give it the ability to govern you without your consent, you might as well just sign your name on the dotted line and say, fuck my life, because you know what? We're done and I'm just giving up like this. Forward my page, forward this video, forward this 3 minutes of your time to every patriot you know and ask them this. If you're so principled, why don't you stand for them right now and say, no more, I'm done. Because if enough of us do it, there's millions of us, it will stop. The entitlement state will end, and we can reinstitute our Constitution and our Declaration of Independence, and we can reinstate our rights as American citizens to have a country that belongs to us and not the freaking elite on both sides who corrupted this country. People that are supposed to be my party, Republicans, who I even want to associate with anymore, and I see the corruption at the very top. I see them fixing elections so Ron Paul's name doesn't even get heard. Who knows if he would have won, but they didn't even give him the shot, did they? Look at all the polling from across the freaking every channel from the time in 2012. They don't even mention his name. Stand for your principles now, or die for them later. Because the farther they go, the more secure their power becomes, and the more hard it will be to retrieve our freaking country back. And we'll come to a point where they have systematically gone after us one by one by one by one, and when they do that coming to your door, and you don't do anything, you don't do anything, you see them go to other people's doors, and finally come to you, guess what? Just like that preacher in Nazi Germany, he's going to say, you know what? When they came for me, there was nobody left to speak for me. I was all that was left. Stand up for your country. Stand for America, stand for patriotism, stand for something that's important to you. I mean, stand up now and do it right now, because you know what? I'm telling you this right now, buddy. If you don't stand up right now for your principles, if you don't take this stand finally, and we don't say, you know what, enough is enough, you know what? We're going to die for our principles later. Stand for your principles now, or die for them later. That is your choice. I'm getting tired of talking. Eventually I will act. I don't want to act alone though. Send this to everybody you know that you think would agree. Send it to everybody that you know has an inch of American in their heart. Because they will listen and they will hear. Just like you have. That this cannot go on any longer.